since I have not, the way the Irish law is, until you're convicted, until you're convicted, if they had stopped Conor McGregor from leaving Ireland, Conor McGregor could say, oh, that implicates me as guilty, and it could result in a mistrial, so they let him come to the United States. And as you notice, Conor McGregor has been doing his own promotion, self-promotion. The UFC is not promoting Conor McGregor. Dana White is not promoting Conor McGregor. Okay, that's Conor McGregor putting it out there. He'll fight Nate Diaz. Conor McGregor will fight Donald Cerrone. Conor McGregor will fight Anderson Silva, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier. You go down the line. Conor McGregor will fight them all, see? Khabib Nurmagomedov. Conor McGregor will fight every one of them, right? Fought one time in 3 years. Why the hell was Conor McGregor in the United States? Conor McGregor was in the United States buying time. That's it. He was buying time. And till this point, till this month, Conor McGregor thought that he was smarter than the New York judicial system. Conor McGregor was given the opportunity to avoid prison. This is the first time he had been arrested. And that judge was kind enough to give Conor McGregor the opportunity to avoid prison. He pled to a lesser charge, and he received community service and anger management. Now, if you'll notice, if you'll watch Conor McGregor when he's in court in New York, watch that video. At the end, the judge says, "Are you sure, Conor McGregor? Are you sure? You say, are you saying this of your own? Are you making this plea of your own free will?" "Oh yes." "Mm-hmm. You want to say anything on your own behalf?" "No." Shaking his head. "No." Conor McGregor goes to the side, and he's happy to sign all these documents. Watch him. He's so happy. He goes from being, sweating in his face, red. Then when he's signing the documents, he's all smiles and happy because now he's out of this shit, out of here, right? Out of here. All them documents he signed, okay, were the terms of the plea deal. And the terms were that Conor McGregor would immediately begin community service and immediately begin to attend anger management and prove himself redeemable, prove himself to the court that he's changed. You see? And Conor McGregor waited till a couple of weeks before his New York court date to do community service. Conor McGregor had put it out there months ago that he had already completed his community service in Ireland. Said he showed up 30 minutes early to SBG, and John Kavanaugh verified those documents, verified that he showed up 30 minutes early. And Conor McGregor consulted with trouble use at SBG at the gym. You see, he didn't take it serious. It's very serious. Conor McGregor give a shit. Now Conor McGregor is facing the original charges in New York. Conor McGregor is facing the charges in Florida. Listen, Conor McGregor will be standing before a New York judge in a couple of days, the 29th of this month. You see, he has not proved himself. Conor McGregor did not perform the terms he agreed to in the plea agreement. He give a shit. Conor McGregor's facing the original charges in New York. He's facing the charges in Miami. Conor McGregor is facing life in Ireland. Conor McGregor's been on borrowed time. He's been on borrowed time. This month, Conor McGregor has been on borrowed time. That's it. Got a newborn baby. You see? He's so selfish that he come over here with a newborn baby and an infant son, 2 years old, little infant son and a newborn baby. De-deviling, walking around with daggum stitches in her. You see, he give a shit. Selfish, he's selfish. He gives a shit. Conor McGregor stomped that kid's cell phone. He should have felt like, oh shit, I fucked up now. Next day, instead, the next day, he's giving out 100 shots of whiskey. You see? You see? Conor McGregor jumped in that parade and they kicked his ass out. You see? He was uninvited. He embarrassed the leader of Ireland. Embarrassed him. He said he didn't even speak to Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was not there to represent Ireland. Conor McGregor's going to prison. He's going to prison. Listen, that's what scares law enforcement. That's the sign of a psychopath. A person like Conor McGregor that can commit a crime and it doesn't bother them. It doesn't bother them. Conor McGregor threw a hand truck, they say, Conor McGregor threw a dolly at a bus, broke a window. No, Conor McGregor threw a hand truck through a bus window trying to hit someone in the head. And he stated such in his defense in the Michael Chiesa lawsuit. He said, I wasn't throwing it at Michael Chiesa. That was his defense. I was throwing it at Khabib, who he perceived as Khabib. You see? Conor McGregor's name is June is sitting there with a hoodie on. He thought that was Khabib. Watch him as he runs by the bus. He looks to his right. And he sees Rose Namajunas is sitting there with the hoodie on, and he sees her bald-headed boyfriend, Barry. And he thought that was Khabib and Ali Abdelaziz. You see? He picked that hand truck up. And listen, Conor McGregor didn't stop there. He continued. Break the windows. Break the windows. He was out of control. He give a shit. You see? And that father, they said that father in Ireland, the victim's father, had been receiving death threats. Who do you think he was receiving death threats from? You see? Conor McGregor's going to prison for life.